Folks, Global Dokkan has just achieved 2 massive W's with this announcement for Superhero. Number one, obviously we get to enjoy this celebration at a joint venture with JP. That is obviously humongous because now the entire fandom gets to collectively hype themselves up over the same content, which is a huge W. But an even bigger W is the fact that after we go crazy on this banner, there is going to be a lot of time to recover and relax and save our stones for the next major celebration, and that is of course the 8-year anniversary. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the roadmap from right now until the 8-year anniversary, so that way you global players can see what exactly is going to be coming up. That way you can decide how much you want to be summoning on the superhero celebration, and then whatever other banners that could be coming up, you can decide whether or not you want to be summoning or saving, because there's going to be plenty of time. For the first time, we're having a role reversal here, because normally Global has to deal with the quick turnaround between major celebrations. We had the 7-year anniversary, we had a tiny little Raditz banner, and then we went into the worldwide download celebration. Now, JP is going to have a New Year's superhero, and then immediately following that, they're going to jump into the 8-year anniversary. So if you're not a whale on JP, you're probably in trouble. So with that said, let's take a look at the schedule here. This is by no means 100% accurate. It is just a rough estimate, just basically structured to give you guys a visual idea for how this is going to be playing out. Dates are subject to change. Banners themselves are subject to change. Sometimes banners could be switched around. So, you know, it's not entirely precise, but it's going to be pretty close. So obviously we are starting off with the double raid Zamasu. We are currently in the middle of that, and the holiday banner. Actually, you know what? Let's do a subscriber challenge real quick. Your subscriber challenge, should you choose to accept it, is a simple question, yes or no. If you have, did you not summon on the double race banner? That's my question. If the answer is yes, if you did not summon on the double rates Zamasu banner because you had the mental fortitude to stave off all temptation, then you got to subscribe to the channel, because you have what it takes. You finally achieved it. You were able to stave off all temptation, and you were able to resist in the name of superhero or whatever banner you are saving up for. You got to subscribe to the channel. I want you on the team. If you fail the challenge, or if you simply don't want to subscribe, that is totally fine. I will earn your subscription on the next one. We are trying to hit 70K, but that's okay. Your subscription will come in due time. So now let's take a look. Double rates Zamasu, right? We're dealing with this one right here. Most of you have probably skipped this, I'm hoping. But if you did not, hopefully you didn't summon too much, because now we got this coming up next. I have updated the banner for the Beast Gohan and Piccolo. This looks so good. I made this, by the way. Obviously not the art, but I made the little design here. So this is the New Year's Dokkan Festival celebration. Of course, this is going to be happening in tandem with the New Year's step up. So this is why I've been saying, if you've been saving and saving and saving like I've been telling you to, you should have a decent amount of stones to be able to not only summon on this, but to maybe also dip into this one. Now, remember what I said, the newer of a player you are, the more new of a player you are, you will gain more out of this banner. This step up banner has the best value in the entire year of Dokkan. Incredible selection, incredible variety. These units will help you not only in terms of leading their own specific teams, but also give you some nice team possibilities for these superhero units, whatever categories they ultimately end up leading. So the entire month of January will basically be dedicated to the New Year's celebration and the superhero celebration. Now for the part 2 for this, there's obviously no word on that. I imagine there's probably going to be some sort of a carnival summon. I don't know what that's going to be. We will obviously be finding out very soon, because we have a live stream happening on JP on the 26th. This is in Japan, so that's probably going to be the 25th for global. And then we'll probably get something similar on the global side of the game in terms of actual like info. We'll get unit details, super attack animations and whatnot. All of that will probably drop around the same time on the 25th. So I would imagine the celebration will start probably like 27th, 28th. So the date might change here. And then we'll probably also get some sort of indication about the part 2. If it's going to be a carnival thing, if it's going to be an actual dual Dokkan Fest where they're both on the same banner. Is it going to be like how they did for the worldwide download, where they had one Dokkan Festival in part 1 and one carnival in part 1, and then they had another Dokkan Festival, another carnival in the second part? I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see. So I'm just going to put this here as sort of a placeholder in terms of what the details end up being. That is subject to change. But that is all of January. So the New Year's celebration takes up the entire month. Then, as I said, JP goes into the 8-year anniversary, while Global then works to catch up on everything that it's missed leading up to the 8-year anniversary, because JP has now covered several Dokkan Fests, and they will basically occupy the rest of the way leading up to the 8-year anniversary. So the first one will probably be the Kid Goku, as this is the oldest of the bunch that is remaining. This Kid Goku is a fantastic unit because of the uncanny abilities that he possesses. team damage reduction, insane leader skill support, and all of that. This is a really good unit, but I think after the superhero celebration, this is going to be whatever this banner ends up being. If it's not this one, if it's Bardock or whatever, I think most people are probably going to skip this one, as they're probably going to need to start their recovery, their relaxation, and their saving period. So I think if it is Kid Goku, this will probably be the least, I guess, the lowest casualty of the bunch. But of course, if you like the character, you're probably still going to summon. With this part 1, there is no part 2 that is accounted for, so naturally the Golden Frieza probably fits best here, as both of these banners don't have a respective counterpart, as one never had one to begin with, and one was cast into the ether from the previous Resurrection F Dokkanfest. So I think this is a match made in heaven. We should have both of these come February. In part 2 of this one, it is possible that the Golden Frieza could turn into a Carnival banner, because as I mentioned recently, there was news of the Carnival exchange for Global being updated as early as February. So let me actually pull that up here. It's not here. Okay, interesting. It was an announcement that was made on Global Dokkan. I don't want to have to go find it. Yeah, just trust me when I say it was there, and it's going to be happening in February along with the LR Godku EZA. So around that same time, we could see Golden Frieza getting a double rates banner, or they could even give us the LR STR Super Saiyan Goku that JP just got that early, which is possible. So all of February takes up these two units right here, these two banners. Then we go into March. Now, March is obviously the Saiyan Day celebration, so that is going to be the next convergence point for Global and JP. But before that, there is a small 2.5 week-ish window where they could sneak in a Dokkan Festival Bardock, which is where I think it's going to happen, because this also makes sense tying directly into the Saiyan Day celebration, giving us Bardock. They're the Saiyans, you know, Saiyan pride and all that. Makes a lot of sense. Plus, the Dokkan Festival Bardock never had a part 2. So this is a very, very sensible place to put this. It would also give us the Int Bardock LR, giving Global players the opportunity to rainbow them. And then what could probably end up happening is during the Saiyan Day celebration, they will probably give you the LR EZA for the Int Bardock team, which would be actually pretty cool. And I think we could finally see my prediction, which is the King Vegeta Dokkan Festival. I am going to be pushing that agenda for months, for years, however long it takes, until we get King Vegeta in Dokkan, and damn it, it's going to happen, and he's going to be a glorious Dokkan Fest. So I'm going to say King Vegeta comes up during Saiyan Day. LR free-to-play Int Team Bardock EZA also takes place immediately following this celebration, and that basically takes you through all of March. So March is going to be a very interesting one, because we don't know what this is yet. We will find out, obviously, when we get closer. Then moving on to the next Dokkan Festival. This is like the springtime. I don't know what this one's called. This is the springtime one. This is where we get the Yamcha and the Yajirobe. Now, this is what JP just had. So by the time we get this on Global, it's going to be well into April. The April Fool's celebration, it's going to be a little while. So by then, hype will have completely faded for this character. Most people are probably not going to be interested on this one. Not because they're not good, but simply because, again, recovering from the superhero celebration, saving up for the 8-year anniversary, this is starting. We're kind of in no man's land here, kind of just in the middle of nowhere. Is it really worth wasting stones here? We're coming up close on the 8-year anniversary, so maybe it's not, but this is the part 1 and this is the part 2. So like I said before, this could change. And the reason why I feel like this one specifically could change is because this is an actual Carnival banner. Of all the legendary banners that we have available, it's just this one, the Golden Frieza, and the Super Saiyan Goku Carnival banner. So out of these two, if the February slot is going to be getting a Carnival banner, and if they don't decide to do another double rates for the Golden Frieza, it's possible that the Golden Frieza could end up being shifted even further into the ether, and then we move this Super Saiyan Goku LR up into this part 2, because this one also doesn't have a corresponding part 1 that makes sense thematically. So this one I feel could be interchanged with basically any other celebration. So if we move Frieza even further away and threw on that Goku there, it would make sense. So don't be surprised if they do something like that. I feel so bad for Golden Frieza fans. This is a good unit. Like, this is a really good unit. He's never going to show up. Like, I just feel like he's never going to show up. So that is one possibility. What's probably more likely going to happen is this one just stays here. All of April is occupied with Yamcha and this Carnival Goku. One thing about this, though, the STR Piccolo that is going to be featured on this banner, he will be purchasable in the Carnival coin shop. By this time, if you're still trying to assemble that perfect rotation for Piccolo, the orange Piccolo, it's going to be the STR Piccolo from this banner, which you can then buy from the Carnival coin shop. Little pointer there. And then moving out of the month of April, going into May, that is where we enter Golden Week. So this is the next convergence point for Global and JP. What is this going to be? We have no way of knowing, so we'll have to wait and see. There's a part 1 and a part 2, which takes us through the month of May. Wait, why is the... Yeah. So this banner obviously goes until May, and then this one goes from May 13th until May 30th. So the entire month is occupied with Golden Week Part 1 and Part 2. And then the final hurdle until the 8-year anniversary is the pre-8-year Dokkanfest. Now for Global, this is going to be the final roadblock until the 8-year anniversary. This is also typically the first Dokkan festival that JP has after the anniversary. So right now, JP is currently in the middle of this celebration. After that, they're going to be going into this celebration with us, and then they will be jumping into the 8-year anniversary by themselves. After that's over, their first Dokkan Fest that follows that will then occupy this final slot right here for global players. This will be some sort of Dokkan Fest that will be the last bit of temptation before we jump into the festivities of the 8th anniversary. There might be a part 2. I don't know if we actually, did we have one this year for global? Let me actually see. What was Global's final roadblock this year? We go to all global campaigns. There was actually, yeah, part 2 was, yeah, it was the Saiyan Day, or the, not Saiyan Day, the Saiyan Saga LR, Goku Piccolo. So it'll be something like this. We'll get that in the part 2 slot from June 19th all the way to July 6th. And then the 8-year anniversary, folks. The 8-year anniversary will start around the early July time slot, and we will finally get Vegito. That is my prediction for the 8-year anniversary. We are going to be getting some sort of a Vegito dual celebration, just like we got this year for Gogeta. Next year, we'll... Oh, wait, you know what? It's not. I just realized they said that this is going to be a unit that's never before been featured. Never mind. I take that back. It's not going to be Vegito. It's going to be something else. So I'm just going to be like, it's going to be like that. There you go. Whatever your anniversary ends up being, it will be cool. And we can't wait. So yeah, no Vegito. This is my prediction right here. Anyway, that's it, guys. There's your roadmap from now until the 8-year anniversary. Make sure you guys save up. Make sure you guys go crazy on the superhero celebration. And then after that, it is just not... You don't need to summon. You don't need to summon. You're going to be so busy and so happy with superhero that most of you will probably not be summoning on any of these, except for maybe Sand Day and maybe Golden Week. But besides that, you can just save, and then go all the way till the 8-year anniversary and then go crazy on that as well. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about the upcoming roadmap for Global? Does it look promising? Does it look like it's going to be having a lot of distractions that could potentially take your stones? Or do you feel pretty confident about being able to actually stroll through this without having to spend too much else? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And also let me know your predictions for the 8-year anniversary, Golden Week, Sand Day, all of it. Also be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.